Hey you guys, it's your girl Leslie Sarai. Welcome to my channel. Here on my channel we work on our inner beauty. We work towards an amazing lifestyle as well as motivating ourselves and those around us to be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Because I'm back with another mother loving video. In today's video, I just want to talk to you about being intentional with the things that you want, and being intentional with the person that you actually want to be. If this video somehow resonates with you, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and let's get started. So y'all, I literally am sitting here going through my analytics and just kind of just having a chat with myself and being a little bit more intentional. I know what it is that I want to do for the most part, and I know, and I've been sitting and I've been researching long enough to know what are the steps that I need to actually start to make. But now I'm kind of in the space where it's time for me to put everything that I've basically learned into practice. And sometimes I show up and sometimes fear shows up with me. On this day, I woke up and I felt like I had confidence to try this innovative idea that I had, right? And in me sitting down and just asking myself questions and answering my questions and just being okay, so this morning I decided that I was going to come up with a business plan. I was going to, I was going to be more intentional with my business plan. I know that I've sat down and I've had conversations with myself based on who it is that I want to be and the steps that I need to take to get there, and I've written those things down just for me to be able to get a visual and for me to be able to know and for me to be able to put those things in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, ask me, okay, what is it that you do? Well, me, I help others evolve emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And when I first came up with that concept with myself, that that's what I wanted to do and that's what I wanted to be, I had to sit there and ask myself what it was that I wanted to do, or what it was that I was capable of doing, or what it was that I wanted to branch out to be. Excuse me. And I sat down and I wrote that down in my notebook, as a matter of fact, and I read it over and 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 over until it became second nature to me. If someone asks me, oh, well, what is it that you do? I'll let them know, well, I have a platform where I focus on evolving emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. You know, that's who I am. That's what I do. That's what I teach. That's my brand. You know, it's all about growth in those aspects and in those areas of your life. And so just being more intentional, definitely just being more intentional. And so honestly, y'all, what I've also been doing is sitting down, and before I film these videos, before it comes down to you guys, I sit down and I look within myself and I see, okay, which areas have I improved on, or which areas do I need help on, or which areas do I, you know, like, because here we're able to be accountable for our actions. And so just like I hold you guys accountable for your actions, and I'll sit here and I'll tell you guys certain things as well that will help and benefit your life, behind closed doors I have to practice that as well. You know what I mean? I have to be accountable and I have to show up in the same way that I'm asking you guys to show up for yourselves as well. And part of that is knowing who you are and knowing who it is that you want to be. And so in me practicing this and taking this to do this for myself today, this week, or even if you want to take this month, who is it that you want to be? Who is it that you've been before? Who is it that you are right now? And who is it that you want to be? And I feel like, I don't know, different things work for different people, but writing it down definitely works for me. I also want to say I went and I took a blank notebook. As a matter of fact, it's this notebook right here. I took this notebook and I wrote down what I want for each and every area of my life. Just being more intentional. So here is the vision that I have for my family. And as you can see, it says, I don't want you guys to see what I wrote, but you can see it says family. And I'm definitely very spiritual, so on the paper I wrote, God give me vision. And then I put the vision that I have for my family. I put the vision that I have for my health. Basically every aspect of my life. I put the vision that I have for my friends, the vision that I have for my finances, the vision that I have for my business. Basically area of my life. I sat down, and family and love life, I'll put that in the same page. I sat down and I wrote my intention for every aspect of my life. And so I put that here. And then this, I have different notebooks for different things, which we go into being intentional. This is my workbook notebook, where I write like my ideas and my business plans and things like that. And then I put workbook because it's intentionally for my, y'all, I'm almost done with this notebook. I need a new one. And then I started writing down and being intentional with my business. And part of the things that I was working today, like I was mentioning to you guys, was actually being more intentional with my business plan. So what is it that I do? Who is it that I want to help? Who is it that I want to reach? What platform am I using to reach these type of people? And just little things like that. And so honestly, y'all, today was supposed to be like my film day, and I really didn't want to film because I wanted to sit down and kind of review the type of content that I've been putting out there and see you guys' engagement with it. But you guys have actually been engaging with my content. I've actually been seeing the growth with the consistency that I've been pushing out. And I was like, no, I have to be intentional. I have to be consistent. And so here I am sitting down, filming this video, being accountable for myself, accountable for my actions, and accountable for the person that I am today, which is a consistent person. The person that I was yesterday would have probably been like, no, it's okay, we can leave that for tomorrow. But the person that I am today, we seize the opportunity. So this is me seizing today's opportunity. And so I just had to show up, and I just had to be honest with you guys about that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Where in your life is there confusion? Where in your life is it unclear? And sometimes we receive clarity, but we don't want to do the work, or we don't want to change. And the craziest part is that your biggest enemy is yourself. And once you are able to overcome yourself, you will be able to overcome anything and everything. You will be able to overcome, I know a lot of people be like, oh, the devil made me do it, or things like that. But it's like, we have choice. And obstacles come, but that do not mean that obstacles prevail. Doubts come, but that does not mean that doubts prevail. Fear comes, but that does not mean that fear prevails. And the battlefield for all of those problems is up here. And so until you don't change your mindset, until you don't change the way you see things, and until you don't change your habits, you're going to be living the same day over and over and over until you become, if you don't become intentional, all the intentions that you have, you will not see. And so I'm here to push you guys to show up for yourself, to be intentional, and to just, if you haven't started, just start. What is it that you want to do? How is it that you're going to do that? Who is it that you are going to serve? Or who is it that you want to be. Just start asking yourself little questions. It doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be showing up for people. It literally starts within yourself. Okay, this is making me unhappy. What would make me happier? What can I do to feel happier? When can I do these things to start feeling happier? By when do I think that I would feel happy? Is this thing really gonna make me feel happy? And just asking yourself the hard questions, answering yourself, and moving forward and being intentional about those things. Come up with a game plan, come up with a routine, and execute it. That's honestly my message for you guys. If you are faithful in few, you will be blessed abundantly. When you practice being intentional, you are also practicing discipline. You are also practicing consistency, and there's so much reward and so much honor in keeping your word and just saying, hey, I'm going to do this, and doing so and accomplishing so, because you don't prove anything to anybody. You prove everything to the person who matters most, which is yourself. Treat yourself as if your younger self was looking. Treat yourself as if your younger self was following you everywhere you go, watching everything you do, and imitating it. You know how when kids are growing, they start like, if you're a parent, your child follows you everywhere in the house, and like, for the most part too, like, kids will copy like what you say and what you do if they're around you a lot. Look at yourself like that. You know what I mean? And maybe you will treat yourself a little bit more different, and maybe you will show up for yourself a little bit more. I definitely hope that this video helps. Guys, let's practice this week, this month, and moving forward to be more intentional with the things we want to do, and with the person that we want to be, with those that we have around us, with everything that pertains to our life. Just be a little bit more intentional. Look and evaluate everything that you have around you, everything that you are, and everything that you can possibly be, and say, hey, how can I be more intentional in this area for myself? How can I show up for me? And that's it, and that's all. I hope that this was a helpful message and that it resonated with someone. If it did so, give me a thumbs up. If you know a friend who might need this encouragement, share this video with them. And y'all, we on a road to 500K. I would not be here and I would not be this consistent if it was not for you. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for allowing me to see my value and allowing me to teach myself that I have to own it and I have to show up. So thanks, guys. I love you so much. I appreciate you. I wish you all the blessings, and I pray that God gives you the strength to continue. God gives you the strength to push forward, and that He gives you the clarity that you need for you to start taking the steps, or for you to continue to take the steps to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. See ya. Bye.